Welcome to the Sandvik Center of Excellence in Crushing and Screening in Svedala, Sweden. From here we have set the industry standard in stone crushing since 1897, when the first stone crushers saw the light of day. Let's see an example of how we can use our long experience to help customers. We begin by visiting the test center, where a sample of stones is just arrived from a quarry or mine somewhere in the world. The laboratory testing follows a well-defined procedure. First, the impact work index is measured. This expresses the material's toughness as the energy required to accomplish a given crushing operation. The stones are placed individually between two pivoted hammers, allowed to fall freely against the stone. The drop height is increased successively until the stone fractures. The energy required is divided by the thickness of the sample, giving the impact strength. Now, the sample is fed through a designated crusher at a fixed setting. Then the crushed stones are allowed to fall freely through this instrument, optically analyzing the shape and the size of the stones. Here, the abrasiveness of the stones is tested, measured according to an abrasion index. The abrasion index denotes the weight loss of a paddle made of clearly defined steel during 1 hour of rotation in a testing drum with the material being investigated. This information allows us to recommend the right parts and crusher settings to minimize wear and tear during the crushing process. When all data is collected from the sample, a lab report is generated. The test result can then be used by Sandvik application engineers and sales engineers in order to give the best advice to the customer on which crushing equipment and process design to use for producing a desired end product. Next, the raw material data is imported into the Sandvik software Plant Designer. Using this highly specialized software, our experts design optimized crushing and screening systems. With Plant Designer, it is easy to evaluate the performance of different process designs and crushers. The load of all equipment is calculated and bottlenecks can be removed already in the design stage. Our application experts can design a whole new plant or adapt and upgrade an existing plant. When we validate the performance of a crushing process, we do it with such a high confidence level that we are able to issue a process guarantee. This guarantee becomes part of the contract with the customer. Lastly, the sample is being archived in what is probably the world's largest commercial collection of stone samples, adding to the rock-solid knowledge of Sandvik in Svedala.